Yeah, Tim, we saw that storm system blow up right before our eyes. Flood emergencies up and down the valley. The water still standing in some places like this Weslaco neighborhood. 14 inches of rain fell in Willacy County, and models, other indicators forecasting around 2 to 4 inches of rain that night, but not 14. It was a double whammy. The first big player was the boundary that came out of southeast Texas.
And then one cell decided to form near Kingsville, I think around 2, 3 o'clock, and slow down. And as it slowed down, it pulled energy into it, and it became what we call in the business a heavy precipitation or high precipitation supercell.
National Weather Service Warning Coordination meteorologist Barry Goldsmith says at that point, the supercell moved south, building off of the energy the valley had in the atmosphere from the recent heat wave.
These nights in the low 80s in the morning, days near 100, heat index 111 to 120-ish for days. That's an explosive situation in the atmosphere when a boundary or a supercell is moving into it.
A weak upper level disturbance from the southwest helped produce storms in Mexico.
All those boundaries from the supercell, from the Gulf, from the Mexican event, started a clustering effect to the west of that supercell into Hidalgo and Starr County. And at the same time, there was not much left of the boundary push to shove all of this mess to the south.
A mesoscale or small-scale low-pressure system formed when the two met, causing a counterclockwise rotation, not moving the system.
So it wasn't just like the event last June where 3 hours straight, Weslaco, East Weslaco at 5 inches per hour. It wasn't like that. It was 1 inch in 1 hour, 3 inches the next hour, 2 inches the next hour, 1 the next hour, then 2 again. When it all added up, we got 9 to 14. This was a May case that happened a month later.
Goldsmith says now it's a waiting game for the water to go away. 1,
we're flat. 2, there are pockets of low-lying locations where the water will just naturally pool.
Let's say this flat surface is the valley. Now put a cloth over it, and there are places that are lower lying. Dump some water on it, and the water starts to pool, but it doesn't go anywhere. Now angle the water just slightly, and it starts to run off, but not very fast. Water in the valley flows from downhill, so it flows from Starr County to Cameron County. It just doesn't flow very fast because of the angle the valley sits at.
Yeah, the flow pattern of the water is really, really complicated. What we found out yesterday when we surveyed Willacy County, and even as we drove back from Elsa and Monte Alto from the survey there, the water that we ran across was actually rising even after full day of sunshine. And we're thinking, wow, there's got to be drainage issues here. This is an interconnected system. So what's happening is backflow is occurring in places.
Goldsmith says they're working with emergency management officials to find a solution to drainage problems. And with more rain forecasted for the end of the week, Goldsmith says they're keeping an eye on ground saturation and water levels. In Weslaco, Cecilia Gutierrez, Channel 5 News at 6.